Welcome to Conscious Wellness with Lori Ellis. Hi, I'm Lori, your host. This is the show where we dig deep. We rise above the noise, clear the clutter, and find out what really works. The positive, effective, and sustainable ways to create a healthier, happier, and stronger life. And I'm so excited to bring you this episode because I know you'll find value that you can apply today. And if you haven't yet, please click on the subscribe button. Please rate and review. Thank you so much, and I'll see you inside the episode. Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Today is a really important message and a great reminder for all of us, and it's about our routines. So I want to ask this question: is your routine helping you to stay intentional and inspired and excited, open to new ideas and creativity and thoughts and experiences? Or is your routine the same old routine every single day? And so let's talk about morning routines specifically, because the morning routine is really going to set the tone for the rest of your day. Not to say that your day can't change. Of course it can. We can choose at any point of the day to get back into a state of awareness in the present moment. Maybe we catch ourselves thinking about the past, cycling through old behaviors. Maybe we catch ourselves worrying about the future and we bring ourselves back to our current reality and the present moment, which those are all really great practices of awareness, by the way, is to catch yourself when you're not in a state of the present moment, where that's really all we have, right? We know that the past is over, and if we spend too much time recycling the past, then we're just cycling through the same old things. And if we're stuck in the future worrying about something that may not ever happen, then we're not in the present moment either, where all of the action, inspiration, creativity, and opportunities are. So the morning routine sets us up really to get into that state of intention and focus and awareness. And that's why I called this podcast Conscious Wellness, because the word conscious just means we're aware. We're aware in the present moment of what's going on, and we could take that further and say, what we want, what our intention is, goals, vision, what we believe, and how we want to serve and how we want to give in this life. And it all depends on what's happening now. So if your morning routine is something that you can do without thinking about it, it's so habitual. It becomes just this thing that your body can go through the motions without you having to be there mentally aware. That can be really dangerous for a lot of reasons. It's keeping you basically asleep. It's a subconscious programming that can happen without any mindfulness and without any awareness of what we're thinking about. So if you get up in the morning and you do the exact same thing every single day, let's change it up. Change is very, very good for the brain health. So just like when we're working out our body, when we're doing different exercises, we're getting stronger, so we're challenging the body, we're changing things up. That is all great for physical strength and growth, right? And we know that. Most of us know that. And the same thing is true for our mental, our brain health, right? So changing things up so that we are present in the moment, intentionally thinking about what we're doing, because it's different than what has become a habit. So you can change the order of what you do in the morning. If you get up right away and the first thing you do is get into a shower, change that up. Get up about 5 or 10 minutes early and do something different maybe. So maybe you get up and you go outside and get your feet in the grass or in the earth and breathe oxygen, fresh air, right? And then come in and take your shower. Or if you can't do that, maybe you take 5 or 10 minutes and you go out into your living room and you do some push-ups or some planks and you get your blood flowing. Honestly, the very first thing all of us should always be doing first thing in the morning after we go to the bathroom is to get hydrated. Drink your water first thing in the morning, because your body's been working hard all night long. All of the functions that go on throughout the night, one of them being detoxification, your body needs to get that hydration back and replenish. And so that, of course, is necessary for the cellular health, for your blood volume, and also for your brain health, your brain activity. We need to have a hydrated brain as well. So always do that first thing in the morning. And then whatever your normal routine is, I encourage you to switch it up a little bit so that you're thinking differently. You're changing up the just daily habits that need to get done, but just changing the order around a little bit. Simple things like brushing your teeth with your opposite hand, or, little things like that make a huge difference in our brain activity, intentional brain activity, and our brain health. Another thing you can do is take a different route to work or take a different route to the gym, and that's going to completely change up your environment. Of course, you're going to see different neighborhoods, see different streets, which is going to completely keep you aware and intentional and conscious to what's going on around you, because you're going to have to be thinking about it instead of the way that if you've taken the same route every single day for years and years, you know how your body can just basically drive you there and you don't even have to be thinking about it. So those are some simple ideas to change up your routine. I would also add making sure that you're aware of what's coming into your eyes and your ears every morning. So what are you listening to? What are you looking at? And create those spaces around you to make sure that you're looking at positive messages, you're hearing things that are challenging you to grow and inspiring you to believe bigger and think bigger. And that's going to really inspire your creativity and ideas in ways that isn't going to happen if you're just turning on a television. So listen to podcasts, listen to different perspectives and opinions, and so many experts teaching what they are expert in teaching, and you can learn from all of these different people, and that's going to just inspire us in ways that would never happen if we're not opening ourselves up to new information and education. And of course, reading a book 5-10 minutes a day even is going to change your brain health and your perspective, because it's new and it's different, and then it is causing your brain to work differently, which is exercise and strengthening of the brain. We're actually creating new neural synapse connections, which is growth in the brain. And that is so important to do. You could learn a new language and practice that for 5 minutes in the morning. That's going to change up your routine. So there's lots of different ideas to just add in and change the order of, which won't require you even any more time necessarily. And that's so important. And then the other thing I would encourage all of us to continue to think about doing is communicating with more people, opening up our circle. And a way that we can do that is to schedule maybe once a month a lunch or a coffee with somebody that you don't know that well. Maybe they're in your networking group. Maybe they're in your company. Maybe, it's in another friend group and you want to get to know them. You're interested in what they're doing, and you never know where that collaboration could go or what you could be opening yourself up to as far as maybe business opportunities or creative endeavors. So that's another great idea, because the more we allow ourselves to experience and the more communication we have, the more conversations, the more education we allow ourselves. That is constant, never-ending growth. And I believe that's so important for us always. It's not an age limit thing. I don't think that we ever have to lose that ability. In fact, we shouldn't. It's devastating when somebody settles into a routine that doesn't challenge them, that doesn't allow them to expand in new information. It's just like if we stopped moving our body, that would be atrophy to the muscles. It would be the same decline if we stopped changing up our routine, if we stopped learning. So a routine can be good. It keeps us on task. It keeps us on time. It keeps us with a schedule. Schedules are great. Calendars, schedules, routines are great, but not if they are the same old routine every morning, every evening, and nothing changes, because the truth is Nothing changes if nothing changes. And we're here to grow and expand. And we grow and expand for our education, our learning, our own self-growth, but also for our service. And the way that we show up generously in the world is only going to happen at the level that we allow ourselves to grow and expand. So I hope this is a great reminder to you as well. And I hope this inspired you to make some changes in your routine and add some really healthy, cool things in that keep your brain active as well as your body active. And let me know, please send me a message to my email or my contact form on my website. I would love to hear how this inspired you to make changes and what that looks like and what that feels like for you. So thanks again for being here and joining me in this conversation. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I'm so happy you were here for this episode of Conscious Wellness. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And if you like this show and you feel you're receiving valuable information and tools that you can apply to your life today, please share this with a friend. We want everyone to feel excited and intentional about their future. And we want you to get up every day feeling empowered to take positive action steps toward better wellness. If you haven't already, please subscribe and please rate and review. We're so grateful. And send us your questions. Let us know what topics you want to learn more about. You can send a message to info@elliswellness.com or the contact form at elliswellness.com, where you can also sign up for the newsletter. Thank you so much. Now go out there and have an amazing day.